Well, this is my first time here. I was listening to you guys. I'm a pretty new buy, so I don't know much about it. Still learning, but I live in the States, but we created a website called Helium.bg, which is Bulgaria. And we came up with so the idea of the website is to kind of popularize the network there. And actually, a lot of people are asking for miners. We also found out that um, RAC was actually outsourcing some of their team in Bulgaria, so we got in touch with them, and it was an interesting conversation that we had with their developers. But what we came up with was the chat idea, which basically allows you. It's you can see it at hosts.helium.bg. It basically allows you to sign up with your wallet. Um, it basically pulls from the API, it pulls up all your hotspots, and it allows you to communicate with other hosts. So the idea is that if we get enough people to sign in, you should be able to let's say see hosts in your area that you want to speak to and that you're witnessing, and either exchange information, try to help them if they're not mining enough. Um, Maybe if you see someone like here, I live in Astoria in Queens in New York, so I see devices that are earning very little. I'm sure that if there's a way for me to get in touch with that person, that he or she will be maybe willing to sell it or get suggestions on how to develop it. Um, so that's basically the idea. That's what we've been working on. And I mean, what you see right now, it's very, very basic. Some users suggested adding authorization, so you know for a fact that the person who you're speaking to is the person who owns those hotspots. That's a very good idea. We're working on it, and I want to hear suggestions from you guys. Actually, my partner is also here, but he's on Bulgarian time, so right now over there is maybe 2 o'clock in the morning. But I know he's listening, so whatever ideas you guys have, anything that that might be useful. So authentication is one part that we're going to start from tomorrow, even to allow users to authenticate that they are in fact the owner of the wallet. But if you have anything else, I mean, I see that these are very, very tech people here. That any ideas that you have will be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, I already mentioned this, Theodore, but just to put it in the room too, I was saying I think it might be cool to let users have the option to be accessible or not, to control whether people can actually message them, sort of like Twitter DMs. Mm-hmm. But love the app. I think it's a great concept, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You were the one actually that invited me here, so I appreciate that. And whoever wants to join, I mean, the whole thing we're doing, it's not really to make money out of it. It's just kind of trying to help the community build it up. I mean, we just got into it, so whoever wants to help or be part of it, is more than welcome. And any other useful features. I mean, it just came to me that, when I was sharing it at Discord and Telegram, that, there are some useful features. Like, you're trying to buy a hotspot. I know that my neighbor right here is not earning anything. He's willing to sell it for whatever reason. So he's willing to sell his miner, and that might be a good way for me to buy it from him. Or, I mean, this is one of the features that could be useful. But do you guys think that there could be any other uses that would be beneficial? Anything else that might be of a good use to the community?
Let me ask a dumb question first. So I put my wallet address in there and I sign up. Mm-hmm. Am I risking anything by putting my wallet address in there?
No, it's all public information. So
it's already public?
Wallet, yeah, it's already public. So that's why we emphasize that you're not adding anything, anything personal. We don't need your name. I don't need an email address. Whatever information is available at Explorer Helium is the same information. But it basically allows you to see. The idea is that if we get enough people to do it, you should be able in a close proximity to you to see who's close by and maybe send a message. Yeah. That's how I was communicating with Jonathan. But, I found him that he signed.
Nice. So what if I put Mike's Helium wallet address?
Well, that's what I was worried about.
Exactly.
I mean, so
That's the problem. So, that's but there's a solution. There is a solution, and the solution is providing authentication. So someone suggested, well, there's two ways. You can send one Helium to our address. We read it. I mean, Dimitri, my partner, is here. He's the IT guy, so he can explain more. But we read the information. We see that it came from that user, and we confirm that you are the user, and then we return the HNT. We return the token back. Because if we do this way, you're paying. If we do the Helium transfer to our wallet and then return the Helium, I think there are transaction costs that are very minimal, but still there are transaction costs. I'm not sure what the amount is. There is some that you're going to lose some small amount. Someone on Discord suggested that instead of sending Helium, you can basically burn 20 data credits or whatever, 10 data credits, and by that we can read that information and confirm that you are the owner of that wallet. So, I mean, there is a way to go around it. We still don't know what's the best scenario and what's the best way to do it, but I'm open to anything. I mean, whatever you guys suggest, that's a good idea. We'll work on it. When you so Telegram has a little link. So basically is a it's a short link. So you, from our page, you open on a new page Telegram directly. So the web version of Telegram. So we're not adding Telegram on our website. We're basically forwarding. The user puts their Telegram handle, their user, and then we send it to the link. So all the communication is done through Telegram, which is already encrypted. We're not adding anything to our website. We're just basically sending it to that person's Telegram. So the only thing that we know about.
I'm going to say the most jeopardizing thing at that point is like, so when I signed up, I put in my wallet, I dropped my Discord handle and my Telegram handle into what is their database. So the only incriminating thing you have is, you know, my address and my Discord handle, so you can associate me with the two things. That could probably be explained better on registration so that it's understood like what's happening there. Cause I'm a developer, so I just sort of blindly just put my crap in there. But I think, yeah, I'm like, somebody's going to get it anyway. It's not going to matter. I think that could maybe be clarified what's happening. And then maybe I would say, if you're not, just encrypt that data at rest for yourselves. Like, so in my user profile, you shouldn't have the raw string of, you know, whatever my handle is. But yeah, it's just outsourced links. So they're just they're kind of just like a tunnel into a private conversation, basically, from the Telegram perspective.
So, but you know what? Even if we encrypt the handle, your Telegram handle, when you click on chat on Telegram, it will come up on the next page. I'll still see it. You're gonna see it.
That doesn't really help much.
Do you have to?
I mean, it's not.
Do you have to have a Telegram account to use it?
Yep, you need to have a Telegram or Discord. I mean, we're still playing with. I think Signal has a similar feature, but you need to have a Telegram account. Yes.
Okay.
You should really have one anyway, Mike. So
I'm adding that to my to-do list.
All right.
It would.
No, man, thank you very much for coming in and presenting this to us. This is cool. It's something that people have talked about in the community for quite some time. And it's nice to see it popped up right before the call in Discord. I'm like, oh, neat, man.
We're coming up with the idea. So one way is I see that on Discord, there is a channel host. Let me look it up. It was host matching,
I believe. Yeah.
So we saw that there is a need, and we saw it also in just, hey, do you know who is this person? I honestly, that's what I want to ask. What is the benefit? Like, if I know that my neighbor, is there something that I can benefit from communicating with my neighbor to improve the mining process? Is there such a thing? Is there something?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm about 2 miles from the nearest hotspot. I couldn't connect to my house to there, so I bought one. Well, now I've got a hotspot. He's got a hotspot, but I suspect neither one of us have optimized our antennas, so I can't communicate with anybody, and I don't doubt that he can either. So knowing who he is, we could get together and fix our antenna issues and maybe get some witnessing or whatever that stuff is going on. So I can see a need for it. Yeah. And there was a time when it was not responding. So, hey, it would be nice to be able to see who he is and talk to him and say,
or
hey,
maybe not knowing directly who he is, though.
Right. Yeah. That's fine.
Just be able to
But
communicate.
being able to communicate with, yeah.
Larry, it's hilarious to me that you could do that whole ADR explanation earlier, but you're like, I mean, the hotspot witnessing stuff.
That is, I have stayed away from that. I don't need that. Sorry. I don't need that in my brain. Brain cells only, never mind.
I want to just double down
one.
on that because I have the exact same use case. I'm pretty new to the whole Helium ecosystem, and I'm in a similar position. There's like a bunch of hotspots that are all around me, and I have no idea. You know, I just witnessed someone the other day, and I was like, did I do something? Did they do something? Did the environment change? I just don't know enough. So it'd be really cool to be able to message them and be like, hey, like, what direction is your antenna generally facing? Like, is that maybe why I was able to communicate with you and witness? So.
Well, and I mean, some people are using directional antennas. Everything that comes with hotspots are omni antennas, and most of what people deploy are omnidirectional.
There's a bunch of like buildings around that are, I'm on a second story. I know some of the hotspots around me are, in apartment complexes that are like 15 stories tall. And there's a lot of, arbitrary buildings around that could be interfering with all these signals. So
I think there's definitely a good use if we build it properly, if we build it right. And actually, this was a kind of a proof of concept. That's why I wanted to see how people react and see if people like the idea and if there's a use. So now we're going to start updating that and making it user friendly. All the suggestions that we got, all the authentication, the encryption, the further explaining that you actually going to provide your Telegram handle and all that information. We're gonna work on it and make it nicer and make it better. We have a good team in Bulgaria. I mean, I'm not
awesome.
the IT person, but I really want to thank you guys because this means a lot. It means that we can actually keep on working, and I really, really appreciate it. I'm happy to be part of this.
Well, I'll tell you what, bud.
So thank you.
I could set you up a channel under community apps on our Discord, if you'd like, where people can where you can kind of field some of the input coming in from the community.
I'm down. If you can do this, I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Just hit me up, TTGO on Discord, and I'll get you set up over there, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you again for presenting.